Welcome back to Arkham Asylum.
Welcome back.
The place where everybody knows your name. Isn't that what they say?
That's what they say in
about,
Arkham.
About Arkham?
Everybody knows your name. Joker's quite the artist. The Joker is usually portrayed as an artist, actually.
Yeah. I mean, he has to be able to do that makeup.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
What if you could argue that the Joker is really just some sort of homicidal performance artist.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually what he literally calls himself in Batman 89.
In Batman, yeah.
Oh dear.
But, there was... This is related because people have always said that David Bowie would have made a great Joker. David Bowie has a concept album called Outside, which is about homicidal performance artists.
Huh.
That they moved because there was a movement of like self-mutilation in art, I guess, apparently, that I was never aware of, but David Bowie was, and it terrified him. And he was like, what if they started mutilating other people? And he did a whole album about it. And he plays like a gritty noir detective who has to like solve this murder, this art murder. That would have been a great Joker story.
That would have been a really good Joker story.
If instead of doing an album, they let David Bowie write a Batman arc.
Would David Bowie have been a good Joker? It seems like he would have been too... it's like too obvious. And that's my Jared Leto. That's my Jared Leto problem. Is that it's like, of course, Jared Leto's playing the Joker.
Not Mark Hamill, but Heath Ledger was surprising,
right?
Because it wasn't, people weren't expecting him because he was kind of like a heartthrob. He was in A Knight's Tale and 10 Things I Hate About You. So like people didn't think he could pull that kind of thing off. Mm-hmm. But I had seen The Brothers Grimm, which was not very popular. It was a Terry Gilliam movie.
Yeah.
And he was so like, this was before Dark Knight, and he was just like totally out of character for what we usually saw from Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
So like when I heard that Heath Ledger was going to do it, I was like, I think he could pull it off because he's got some chops, and turns out he did.
I feel like I read that Chris Nolan specifically, he said that it was Brokeback Mountain. When he saw Brokeback Mountain, he just thought like, I feel like he could do anything. Yeah,
well, and see, that's the thing, is that like because Bowie tended to play characters over the top.
Yeah. Like
I don't know if you ever saw like his Elephant Man. It was a stage play that he did where he played the Elephant Man, and that was like his actual first like breakthrough in acting, and it was so over the top, and like he like contorted his body and did all these weird things, and that's where people started saying, oh, David Bowie can act. But it was like such a ridiculous, outlandish performance that kind of like set the tone. Seeing him play Tesla and being very toned down, was actually the surprising thing. Like, oh, Bowie can be normal if you can call Tesla normal. But there were rumors. I might have already said this on here. There were rumors when he was filming The Prestige that it was actually the next Batman film, and that Hugh Jackman was going to be Two-Face, and Bowie would be Joker.
Hugh Jackman would have been a good Two-Face. Like, I think that
Hugh Jackman is someone who could play anyone.
Yeah, I think I really like Aaron Eckhart, and I have no problem with that.
No, I think he's great too.
But I do think that Hugh Jackman would have been a really good Two-Face. It's funny, I just thought of this. His name's Aaron Eckhart, and the name of the detective in Batman 89 is Eckhart.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Eckhart.
Yes.
Yo, Eckhart!
Who is played by
Think about the future.
By Porkins.
The guy that stay on target.
And then he could float up. No, he's not the stay on target guy.
He isn't. I thought he was a stay on target guy.
No, he's the one who's like, can't do. I don't know what he says. Can't focus. I'm gonna lose. I don't know.
Is that not the same person as the stay on target?
No, the stay on target guy. He's like the red leader, I think. There's gonna be some Star Wars fans who are gonna just rage against Star.
Well, whatever happened to him? Why didn't he do more movies?
Who?
The guy that played Lieutenant Eckhart.
Oh, I don't know.
He just disappears. And the guy that plays...
It's not like he had really big parts in either of those movies.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just...
But he's awesome as Eckhart.
That's true.
Eckhart, the more I watch Batman 89...
Isn't he in that first scene, though?
No, he's in it all the way... the first half, because he doesn't die until they go to Axis Chemicals. And the Joker shoots him.
Yeah, there's a great role for the corrupt cop that he played in Batman 89, and then of course the guy who played what's his name in Batman Begins.
Yeah, but it's the same basic character.
Same character, same look, and it's funny is because it always looks like they're trying to play Detective Bullock.
Detective Bullock, yeah.
But Bullock's not corrupt. Like at
Bullock
least not. Well, he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, but not in the way that they are. Not like where he's like basically a criminal.
Yeah.
Like he's corrupt more in a this is how we get things done.
Yeah.
You got to play the game kind of thing.
He's adapted. He's adapted to the Gotham City style of policing. And so he still like respects and trusts Gordon, but he just does things in a different way.
Yeah.
And you're right that like usually these other cops are kind of the bad guy, which is probably why they never name the character Harvey Bullock in the movies, because they don't want fans getting all upset. It's just like the character in Batman in The Dark Knight, the female Latina cop, clearly supposed to be Renee Montoya.
Right.
Because even in The Long Halloween, I'm pretty sure Renee Montoya, she plays a big role in Two-Face. Because I know in like Greg Rucka's run, like Two-Face and Renee Montoya have like a very close relationship, and she visits him in Arkham and stuff. And so it's supposed to be pretty clear that like that character is a reference to Renee Montoya, but they don't call her that because she rats out. She does such a bad thing, and so nobody wants that to be Renee Montoya.
That's a good point. I really love the take on Harvey Bullock in Earth 1.
Yeah, I have like really mixed feelings about that. But
oh, really?
I know you like it more because we've talked about it. But
I think Earth 1 in general, or just that?
No, I love Earth 1, and the only thing I don't really like that much is Bullock, because I think it's too corny for me. It's like, he's this Hollywood guy, and it's like, he's like learning the hardships of life, and it's like his character arc is like just like this really kind of broad downward.
Sure, it's not a great. I don't think it's great for like him as a character. It's just a great way of showing. Look, like Gotham can turn, the best cop bad.
That's true.
That's kind of that's. Speaking of Gotham and Harvey Bullock, have you watched Gotham?
No, screw that show.
I mean, it's cool that there's a show out there where Harvey Bullock's like a main character.
Yeah.
And I've watched a few episodes, and it definitely it has problems, but
I watched the first half.
Donal Logue is great, and
who's that?
He's the guy who plays Bullock.
See, I didn't like him as Bullock. Oh, hey, it's Harley.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, she's dead.
Yeah, no, she's not.
That
can't kill Harley.
Don't do it. Batman, listen. We're not alone.
It's kind of weird that Jim is so big.
I don't know what it is.
He's like buff. Like he could put on the bat suit and just be Batman.
Yeah, I feel like by Arkham Knight they kind of like they have him a little bit smaller and more realistic looking. This guy just looks so much like a video game.
Yeah, he does. But that plays so. One of my problems, I know I've talked to you before about the Snyder run, is that the whole idea of Jim Gordon being Batman is like this fun thought experiment, and I think would be a cool Elseworlds thing.
Yeah, but to have it in the main.
But have it in the main story, it's like if Jim Gordon can be Batman, that almost ruins Batman existing.
Oh, look who's here!
Oh, that looks like it's from Batman and Robin. That is exactly what it looks like in Batman.
Does
and Robin.
he not look like that in the comics? Before he gets the
no. In the comics, like
he's self-trained.
Bane is self-trained, so he's a buff dude, and then he starts.
Well, at this point, the only other reference, unless he showed up in the cartoons, the only other reference to Bane in 2009 was Batman and Robin.
No, he was in the cartoon.
Yeah, I know he was, but
yeah,
you're right.
But this is
they just said he was drained of the venom, so this is like intentionally meant to be.
But that's the thing is that
right,
like in
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. It's Batman.
It's this bizarre thing that it's not the venom doesn't give him muscle. The venom is like it's more like not even so much a steroid, but just something that just like adds to his strength.
Yeah.
It's not like when he doesn't have venom, he's just like this emaciated. So that's frustrating. And the monster thing again.
Well, but that's the whole plot of the game is that there's this enhanced formula that
for venom stuff.
Yeah, that makes them into monsters.
All right. Well.
Yep, you got to fight Bane.
Don't really know how to, but I'll give it a try.
Punch him. Punch him in his mask.
Have you tried bataranging him? Well, he's gonna throw that at you. He's gonna throw the wall at you, so you better dodge.
Get Catwoman to shoot him.
When he charges at you, maybe throw a batarang. Wait till he charges at you, and then.
Yeah, this is super Batman and Robin, Joel Schumacher. Like, Bane doesn't speak in real complete sentences. Like,
what's wrong with that?
Everything is wrong with that.
English isn't his first language.
Yeah, but he's like
there
smart.
You still got to get out of the way. He'll still tackle you, even if he can't, even if he's disoriented.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but when he charges, you throw a batarang. So he's like, "Oh no, I've been batarang. What do I do?"
Cool.
I pull some more out of the wall, which that's pretty intense. Like,
yeah,
if he can do that, why doesn't he just
do
dodge,
that all the time?
Dodge. Now run and punch him.
Oh, I think he's supposed to hit the wall, maybe?
Yeah, there you go.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Pull out the venom stuff.
Pull out the... Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that's how we fight this guy.
Oh, wait, no. I don't know if you keep punching him after you do that, or...
Didn't want to risk it.
Well, he's just going to throw some more wall at you.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh, more people show up.
You got to fight the bad guys, too. All these guys here to help their pal Bane. Don't worry, Bane will help you.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing.
Yeah, you gotta use the quick batarang.
The reason Bane is good, Bane is Batman's Doomsday.
Right.
You know, where it's like he was literally created,
yeah.
like, what is the only type of character we could create that could be Batman? And it was somebody that was as physically and mentally able as Bruce Wayne is. And so making him into kind of this brutish thing.
Well, don't judge him too harshly. This is his first appearance in the game, and he's a boss fight. There's still room.
Oh, so we just give it a pass because it's a boss fight? Is that how these things work?
No, I'm just saying that there might be more to the character you don't know, like because we.
Maybe here's another thing.
Oh, you're gonna get
clobbered.
It's
clobbering time.
Yeah.
I guess maybe one of the reasons I'm surprised is because you had a lot of fans complaining after Dark Knight Rises that Bane they didn't like his funny accent. You know, he didn't use Venom, so they're like, it's not like the comic book. You had a lot of complaint, and that always happens whenever these movies come out. People complain. But I've never heard anybody talk about, like, yeah, you know how dumb Bane is in that Arkham video game?
That's because people don't expect like good character depth in a video game. When it happens, it's like a pleasant surprise. If it doesn't happen, it's just like he's just a boss fight. Mm-hmm. You know, he just shows up so that you can have a big bad to throw batarangs at.
Yeah, I mean that is interesting because I know that you've told me before that since this is Paul Dini, right? He writes the.
Yeah, I think he's like this. The main creative.
Yeah.
force.
So, but I remember you saying that like, as the games continue on, you can kind of see that they're trying to synergize almost all the different iterations. It's like the comic books and the movies, all of them. Christopher Nolan
I would say that Joel Schumacher,
the
Joel Schumacher Batman, definitely is part of that.
But it's just funny because.
You wouldn't expect this to be the thing that they.
If one were to ask me, what is your least favorite part of of Batman and Robin? Your absolute least favorite part, it would be the depiction of Bane, because everything else is like dumb and obnoxious.
Are you sure though?
But the depiction of Bane is like the bottom of
not
the Joel
as bad
Schumacher
as the
barrel.
depiction of Mr. Freeze.
It's absolutely worse than the depiction of Mr. Freeze. The depiction of Mr. Freeze is a bad ripoff of the animated series origin stories for Mr. Freeze, but at least it's that.
Yeah.
Like the Bane in Batman and Robin is just stupid. It's stupid. Like there's not anything redeemable about it, and he turns green for no reason, and I hate it. Like there's no.
Yeah.
But
at that point he was also a fairly new character, and they didn't do the.
Why?
Oh, you were so close, and he knocked you out. He backhanded you.
That's his job. That's Bane's job.
All right. Well, next time on GameForBrains. You just broke your back.
Oh my goodness.
Next time on GameForBrains, we won't lose.
GameForBrains.
She started saying like, I mean, do we have to have the Batman Returns poster? And I'm just like, honey,
yes.
you promised me you would not encroach on the Batcave if I put the desk in here.
Just say like, I'll move it to the living room.
Right. Do you want it in the bedroom? We'll put it right over the bed.